Hello, everybody. We got a very special guest with us here today. Paul Montgomery, right here in the middle from Stone Barn Portfolios. He's been working with Don on different projects for, I guess, since the early mid 90s.
That's right. Yeah.
So, and with us, we've obviously got Don Beasley here with us, and we're going to talk a little bit about the market reaction to the coronavirus. And since Paul was in the office, I wanted to get them both in this video because between the two of them, we probably got over a century of risk management in the style that we do things. So these two guys have a deep understanding. They've seen a lot, been through a lot, and they have a really good disciplined practice on how they handle these type of markets. But before we go into this, I just want to reassure you, we are managing your accounts on a risk managed basis. Our performance has been excellent. For our conservative guys, man, they've really done well in mitigating risk. So, and even for our aggressive investors, further down, whether if you're in our target date funds or if you're in a risk managed account, the performance has been really good. If you have any specific questions about that, please email me and I'll be happy to get back to you. But I'm gonna turn it over to these guys. My one question is, considering today is March the 6th, and right now it's still in the morning, but it looks like we're continuing to the corrective territory, and we were heading towards a moderate correction. So we maybe after today we may be down somewhere between 12-14%. But my question to these two guys here, the gurus, is this a shock in a healthy economy, or could this develop into something worse? All right, Paul and Don, I'm just going to pass it over to you guys and get some seasoned opinions here.
I'll start, Don, just by pointing out that really the only difference between Don and me and Joe sitting here is that there's not a gray hair in that beard. Look at his head, look at my beard, and there's just a lot of gray hairs here. And but hopefully that does speak to some, at least some experience, if not some wisdom. Both Don and I, went through the tech bubble first back in 2000 as money managers, and we went through the financial crisis in 08 as money managers, and so we've been through deep corrections before. I'll speak from my perspective. Don can add his. That we really don't know whether the current market action, current moderate correction will deepen. We don't know. Nobody does know. I often use the phrase that my crystal ball gets fuzzy at about 10 minutes. About 10, I can see what's going to happen in the next 10 minutes, but even after that, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. So it goes to how do you handle markets like this and the uncertainty of what's going to come in the future. The answer that all three of us believe firmly in and practice in our own businesses, and certainly Trademark does this for its clients, is that we use time-tested and well-developed strategies that limit the risk in markets like this, and we practice the discipline to implement those strategies. Those two things are critically important. From my perspective at Stone Barn, we're just kind of smiling right now as the market corrects. And yeah, we're going down, but we're going down so little that it's not painful. If it were painful, we would know that one, either we were in the wrong strategy and using the wrong approach, but we're not there. Everything is operating within parameters. Joe and Don and I sat and we were reviewing all of our portfolios just in the last day or so, and all of us were looking and saying everything's situation normal. It's nothing is down any more than we would expect it to be, or any more than we're hoping for it to be. And for Don and me, at our age, we don't have a lot of time to recover were we to lose a lot. So I invest a lot more prudently than I did when I was 40. Don tells me the same. And I will say that Don and I have all of our personal investment funds invested the same way that we propose to do it, and promote doing it for others. So I don't know where the market's going. No matter what, I am not worried. Nor should you be worried if you're with Trademark, because you're similar way. So, Don?
I think that we've been through a long period of time where the market's always built us out and it goes higher and higher and higher and higher. That's just to be kind of by the dip mentality, and it could be the same this time. But we have a plan, a very executable plan to deal with, and it's built around some pretty time-tested principles. And while I don't like it's an inevitable thing, and we're prepared to deal with it. And we concern ourselves every day about what's going on every day. Now that may mean not making a decision, but there's not a day that goes by that we don't have a plan to deal with a fork in the road, and you don't know which one to take or which way the market's going to deal with. And it's I've talked to so many people. I mean, we've been back through crashes and bombings and wars and things, and it is disconcerting. But the worst thing you can do is overreact. In our case, it's just an action for a plan that's put in place or based on a lot of evidence from the testing we've done.
Somebody asked us how long have Don and I known each other. Don's answer is always, oh, about 70 pounds ago.
I do have.
I don't know if that's between the two or individually. And
We're not saying.
I'm not going to
I
guess.
do have one question, Joe. You need to get a way that we get the screen a little bit wider, because I'm over here, I'm kind of shriveled up. And
The smallest guy in the room has the most space over here. Kind of like when your kids jump in your bed, they take up a whole bed and give you this much room. So I'm the kid in this. The 49-year-old kid. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in for just a minute. Really appreciate Paul. He's been here with us for a couple days and really enjoyed what we've had a good time. And it's always good to connect. And again, and Paul said, you don't need to be worried if we're watching your assets. If we're taking care of what's going on, if there's been a change in your risk picture, let us know. Because this is obviously critically important that we keep our rates in. But if you have any questions about your accounts, your performance, what's going on, please email me directly and we'll get right back to you. Thank you much. Have a good weekend.